Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different and a lot of fun. Most of you probably already know of American Dad. You know, Stan Smith, the trigger-happy CIA dad, Francine, Haley, the walking disaster that is Roger the alien, and of course our boy Steve. Well, way back in the very first episode, Stan pulls out a photo of himself as a teenager, and he basically says, "This is what I looked like at your age." Here's the clip, just take a look.
Listen, son, I'm gonna show you something I've never shown anyone before. That's me when I was your age.
Oh my God, you were hideous!
Well, I certainly wasn't the stallion I am today. But the point is, Steve, you'll be just fine, because you're chock full of potential.
Wow, thanks, Dad.
Well, after I saw this, I immediately thought, like, what would Steve actually look like as a full-grown adult? Not the versions that the show has done before, because they always kind of felt like they didn't actually recall what Stan said to Steve, because they always seem to just, like, age and make him taller, same version of himself. Like, I feel like genetics and, you know, puberty would do more to Steve than just make him taller, you know? So I've decided to do my own take, kind of like what would genetics and a couple decades of life actually do to this kid. So today I am aging Steve up, Smith family style. We'll see how it turns out. So for now, grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's jump into the drawing. All right, canvas open, references locked. Here we go. All right, got this guy. So I think my idea was to just draw over Stan to kind of get the proportions, because I wanted him to have the Stan Smith build, I guess. So obviously the natural thing to do would just be to put these two guys next to each other, right? So here we go. We've got Steve, we've got Stan. We need to find somewhere in the middle where these guys exist. Let's go ahead, rearrange some layers. All right, got Steve. Good, so we need to make Steve this guy right here. Need him, but still himself. Steve, Stan. In case anybody's confused. Nobody's confused. Okay, so I need to make this guy look like this guy. All right, got it. Okay, let's lighten him up a scotch, and then we're just gonna sketch right on top of him for the rough stuff. Scooched around. Literally just sketching right on top. Making some changes though, like Steve has the little butt chin, not a massive cleft. Probably gonna give him glasses. Whatever, we're just blocking some stuff in now. This is rough. This is gonna be rough. A rough starting point. I don't think his jaw is gonna come out as much on the bottom, so we'll go ahead and rough that. It's up a little bit. So I don't know why I'm cleaning this up so much. It's gonna get all inked over later anyway. Alright, eyebrows. His hair, I want it to be similar, but Steve's hair has kind of like this rounded ends to it, which I think is because his hair is like mentioned as kind of not like curly, but like weavy, I guess. It would have more texture than Stan's, I'm guessing. I mean, I want him to have a neck, but I feel like the neck is going to end up being implied with this art style. So he's wearing kind of open button-up shirt that doesn't have buttons, now that I'm noticing. There's no buttons on this. Line this up. Get in a little bit in the chest area, just a scotch, because I think that's mostly from his jacket there, or suit. You know what? No. I'm down. Steve's not saluting. He's just going to be kind of standing casually. Oh, the arm's not going to... see. Okay, hand in place. I'm trying to make the arm make sense. I think the arm looks too scrawny. It'll come in here and then be here. That makes sense. Okay, that's better. Boop, boop. Why, I'm not sketching that. It's like such a stupid hand to do twice, but that saved me just ever so many seconds. Work smarter, not harder. Shirt underneath her. Pants. Okay, he's got these big... I'm gonna go ahead and just assume he could still wear the same style of shoes. Sneakers. Here. We do. Okay, so rough sketch, starting point, perfect. I'm gonna switch him over a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna build off of this. I'm gonna make some serious changes to the face first, because this is not correct. This does not look right. Okay, a little round. He's still gonna have to have a little butt chin. A rounder here. See, he's still gonna wear glasses. I don't know that Steve would start wearing contacts. I mean, he could, but not in my depiction. He looks like he has a concussion, and that's okay because it's the rough sketch, but I'm going to keep it on it anyway. This area is confusing. So I'm going to go off on how they drew it over here. He's got more of a neck now. His mouth is shaped a little different. I also don't think it's positioned right for Steve. So we're gonna go ahead. It's not right. It's not right. We're you know what? I think his nose is close-ish. Stan's bottom lip sticks out further. Steve's top lip is definitely more overbite than an underbite. Right shape, not the right size and positioning, so we're gonna adjust. Okay, that's better. Better. Slightly different angle at the bottom. Okay, give it like a eyebrow. It's got some rounded cheeks. I think we're getting there. We're cooking. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. At least to a point. Alright. Oops. Me worrying about the composition because I know I'm recording myself is wild. I also want to be able to look at Steve while I trace Steve. So this, you know. Alright. Sketch has been draft staged. Now we're just going to go straight in with some line work. Okay. I like that the American Dad, Family Guy art style has consistent line width. So there's no line width variance. I don't have to worry about any of that, which is something I normally worry about a lot with my line work, is the line variance. There is no line variance. So we just fucking doing it, dog. We just doing it. It's a little swoosh on the inside. Okay. Oop. Nope. Sketch, kind of just sort of loop the hair out there. Getting there. I have mixed feelings about line work. People who watch my art streams will know that sometimes I have no issues with line work and it goes really well for me, and sometimes I just can't stand the idea of it and I will render right on top of the sketch. So it just depends on my mood, I guess. Or, you know, probably more so the art style. This is just such a simple art style for me to try to replicate at this point that I just... Excuse me, there we go. Couldn't find the right eraser. But I'm not even overthinking it. I'm just fucking going with it. So I'm sure it's not going to be perfect, but it's, oh, no. But it's going to be at least recognizable in the art style, I think. Just want, on first glance, people to think like it's an it's an actual version of Steve from the show for like a second. Just a second. They don't have to think that the whole time they're looking at it, but at least for, you know, a second, that'd be neat. Okay, and I love lining in vector because I can literally just touch the line. I don't know. If you notice, I'd go over a lot when I'm doing vector lines because the vector eraser can be set to just erase up to where it overlaps, so you can keep continuation pretty easily. It's one touch correction delete. I hate drawing shoes. It's a fun fact. That is a fun fact most people don't know. I genuinely don't like drawing shoes. I think I hate drawing shoes. I would almost rather just draw feet. If we're being so fucking for real, I would almost just rather draw feet. I won't be drawing a lot of feet. I'll also just like, that's why I like to draw like superhero boots. So there's not a lot of, like, just the plain, like, knee to ankle high, smooth boot, often demonstrated in comic books. Whoosh, yeah, this is... The shoes look like special needs bumblebees at this point, and I'm, you know what, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's correct. I don't... Whatever. Your shoes make no sense, Steve, and we're not gonna make them make sense, because that's not my job. My job is to just try to translate you into an adult through my own creative perspective. Through more of the vector line work. Cheat coming in clutch. With this unvaried line width, though, I did have a little bit of trouble. Some of these lines don't look as clean as I'd like, but I don't normally work with line work like this, so... Eyebrows. This Mr. Bright makes it when I forget to give people eyebrows. Okay. Alright, line work is done. We're literally going to color pick from the OG. Oh. Forgot some lines. We're fine. We're fine. Alright. Swoop. Yeah? Alright. Swooped. Nope. Go, boop, 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 boop. All of the skin bits. Sure. Oh, I forgot to put a line between his pants and his shirt. That's great. Whoop, swoosh. Problem solved. Okay. Back into the colors. There we go. Shirt. Pants. Shirt. You know what? Let's move over your teeths, eyes, hair. Oh, I forgot the thumbnail. For some reason, the shade of blue on his shoes is different than the color of his jeans. What's that about? Boop, boop. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good times. So we've got Steve. We've got a Steve. I have made a Steve. I ain't even mad about it. Hey. Go me. I am personally satisfied with the results of this little experiment. I am very interested in hearing what you guys think in the comments. Also, let me know if you'd be interested in more videos like this, if you have ideas for characters you'd like me to age up or draw in my art style, or, you know, popular art styles you'd like to see me draw myself. And, you know, these are all things that are within my wheelhouse that I'd be happy to do if people would be willing to watch it or interested, all that fun stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I am looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!